Do you know that feeling whenever you try to learn something new or you want to learn something new and you play it over and over in your head a million times and every time it comes out perfect, but like once you actually get everything you need and you prepare and you actually are about to do whatever you're about to do and then you just freeze? What is up, y'all? This is Chris with Kicks from Chris. Today is not a review. Today I just want to have a conversation about something that's been not bothering me or messing with me, but just, I guess you can say it's been bothering me a little bit. And I want to share with y'all what it's like for a newbie, myself, a beginner, what we go through as creators, or we're trying to be creators with YouTube, and what we go through on what I go through when I'm trying to create content. Like, if you're new to the channel, what I do on my channel, I review shoes. I'm a big Jordan fan. I love Jordans. I don't really have a big collection. I have a decent collection, but Jordans is something that I'm passionate about. You know what I mean? But there's other things that I'm passionate about. I like Spawn. Like, I love Spawn. That's something that I'm passionate about. But that's not something I could just sit here and review and talk about how the figure is like articulated and all that stuff. But I can talk shoes though. That's what I do on my channel. But as you can tell, looking at my subscribers, I'm new. You know what I mean? Like, I'm under 200 subscribers, but I started with nothing in November. And so that tells me that I'm making progress. There's somebody out there watching this, whatever I'm doing. You know what I mean? And so it's cool when you see that, because that keeps me motivated. But there's other times like my motivation just dies. It's not like that I don't want to do this no more, because I've invested a lot already in what I'm doing. And so I feel like with everything that I invested, I can't go back. You know what I mean? Just to tell y'all the backstory and how it all started, I was watching I was on YouTube, and I was looking up like I don't know if it was on my feed or what. I forget the name of the YouTube channel, but like what the guy was, he was showing tips and tricks on how to shoot video like videography on an iPhone. That channel, it kind of pushed me towards videography or being in front of a camera, you know? Well, really, no, I take that back. It was me trying to learn how to film, like, because in the video that I watched, he was doing like different gimbal moves with for a vehicle, like trying to make cinematic shots with the vehicle that looked terrible. And the results, just seeing him doing it, I'm like, oh my God, I want to do that too. I think I can do it. See, well, that's what happens. It looks easy, but it's not easy. It comes with practice. And so I remember I would just sit there and I watch video after video after video. I'm like, man, okay, I'm gonna go out and get me a gimbal. I went out and I got me a gimbal. And lo and behold, it's not as easy as he made it seem, because it's just something that he has years and years and years of practice on. I'm just getting started. And so I would take it to my job at the time and just record and try to do something. And like, I could take a good picture, but like far as like recording transitions and sequences, I was trash. But I kept on practicing, and eventually, from my first one that I did to, I think, the last one that I did, when I was trying to do that for the vehicle thing, it came out looking pretty good, because I was practicing. You know what I mean? And that's the whole thing, man, about this channel. If you're a newbie and a beginner like I am, it's okay to suck, bro. It's okay to suck. You're going to suck. You're gonna sit here. You're gonna do whatever you do. And the thing is that you're passionate about it. And then when you go to upload and you wake up the next morning, or if you check at the end of the week and you got like under 100 views or 100 views, you're like, man, I did all this stuff and nobody's really like paying attention to it. And it messes with your mental a little bit, because you work so hard and you put all these hours into something, and it's like you did it for nothing. And that's kind of like where I was getting to, like, man, but I didn't stop there. I kind of stopped doing, like, I wanted to do the vehicle thing, but like, man, I got burnt out. And then I stumbled upon another video on my feed, and it was this channel called Think Media. And with Think Media, I got sucked into the whole videography thing and really trying to start a YouTube channel. You know what I mean? I'll just sit there and watch and watch. And one of the first things is that every channel, like their channel where they give you tips and tricks on the YouTube channel, they're always gonna tell you to start with what you got. And most of us always start with our camera in our pocket, right? Everybody has one of these. And so I took my phone and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I went out, I bought me a tripod, not knowing how to work a tripod, you know what I mean? Even though it's not rocket science, but I never messed with one. I got the tripod, I got the microphone that they recommended, all this stuff, right? So, boom, I pressed record. When I pressed record, I froze. I got stuck, and then so it's like, oh, you got to do a couple takes, right? So, looking at looking at my first video, is like, I haven't watched it, and like, I think like since the first month that I uploaded it, but I'm pretty sure it's cringy as hell because I have no lighting. I have no backlights, no nothing. I just have just me talking with the lamp on. I think with the colored light on it or whatever, with a smart bulb, or I think I had me like a little light right here next to me. But it was like everything was just bad. But the thing is that I tried and I attempted, and that's what I'm trying to get to. If you're here right now, if you're out there and you're recording yourself already with what you got, you already accomplished more than what all these other people are trying to do that are procrastinating. Because there's a lot of people out there, I'm gonna do a YouTube channel, but then they never do it. But if you're here, if you're doing what I'm doing right now, you come a long way already than most people, because most people, they won't talk to a camera. I'm not gonna lie to you. The hardest part of doing this is actually talking to the camera, because the camera is not talking back. I'm not having a conversation with the camera. I'm talking to myself, just looking directly in the camera. And what I learned today, I actually learned this today, and on one of the channels on Think Media, is that you have to pretend like you're talking to a friend. So, so to me now, my mindset, camera is my friend. And you notice how I say camera and not the camera. You know what I mean? Camera is my friend. You know what I mean? So that's kind of helping me, because this is the longest where I've actually talked without having to press pause or like, oh, I get stuck, because I wanted to give y'all raw emotion on how I feel. It's just sometimes being a creator or trying to be an aspiring creator, it sucks. I mean, it sucks when you don't get the results that you want. And that's another thing. You have to be patient. Patience is key. And that's something that my wife tells me all the time. You have to be patient, because I'll sit here, I would record, and then I'll be up all night editing, and then I wake up like, why do I have just these few little views? Or I wait till the end of the week, like, man, I'm still like, I haven't hit this many views because I set a goal for myself and it's not doing anything. And then it takes all the motivation away, but the point of all of that, man, is that you're gonna suck. I suck. You know what I mean? Like, I shot a whole sequence today. It was my first time ever, and y'all see it in the video. Whenever like what it's like when I come in here in my den and I get all my whole setup ready and all that stuff, and what it's like for me to start the computer and set up my lights and all that stuff. And I'm pretty sure it's gonna look whack whenever y'all watch it. You know what I mean? It's gonna show that I really am a newbie. And so the whole point of all of this is that you have to evolve. You have to want to evolve, because you don't want to get stagnant. And it's the only way you're going to learn is if you practice. So I was watching another video on one of their channels on Think Media, and I stumbled upon this camera. They were talking about this camera, this Sony ZV-E10, right? They were like hyping up this camera, and then like it got me hooked, and like, oh my god, like I don't have I don't have a lot of I don't have a lot of options to do what I'm doing on this camera with my phone. You know what I mean? I know there's a lot of videos out there that you could all you need is an iPhone or a smartphone, whatever. I wanted to step my game up. I went out and bought this camera, and I didn't know anything about it. All I did was watch their reviews. They said it was cool. Like if you're trying to if you're a beginner, we recommend this. I went out and got it, man. And I remember um I was at work with a friend of mine and a good friend of mine. Shout out to my boy Jay. And we were up hiding, and we work night shift. We were up hiding. We were talking, and I was talking about YouTube. You know that I want to do it. He's like, bro, just do it. You know, like I want to get this camera. You know what I mean? He's like, I'm like, what do you think? He's like, look, you already come this far. You have it in your mind, bro. Just go ahead and do it. So I'm like, man. So I just sat there, like, fuck it, and I bought it. And so I remember I was so excited. I came home, put the camera, and again, just like with my iPhone, I froze trying to talk, and like it sucked, man, because like I paid all this money for this damn camera, and like it's still struggling. Like I thought having the camera would motivate me and try to get me to talk, you know, without having to pause or say or stuff like that. I still do it, you know, but I thought that would help. I thought that would motivate me. You know what I mean? And I was just still stuck. I'm like, you know what? Okay. So I went out. I changed up my whole scenery. I went to IKEA, bought this desk, and I never at first I just used my wife's desk over there, you know. But I wanted my own little setup because I got tired of taking off her stuff, you know. So I bought this stuff. I bought me a light. You know, I bought this little stand over there. So right here is my overhead view where I put my phone whenever I do my reviews and stuff, and got me a monitor, and I use my wife's MacBook, and bought me a little Bluetooth speaker and wireless keyboard and stuff like that, because I wanted to get the tools I needed to be successful, because I wanted to be like them. I'm not trying to copy them or anything like that. I just want to be successful, you know, and I wanted to get all the tools I need. I got this microphone right here that they recommended, you know, and so what I'm trying to say is all you have to do is just press record and start talking, and then eventually you're gonna get better and better. You know what I mean? So I want to give y'all a newbie perspective, a beginner perspective on what it's like, on what I go through. You know, it's just it sounds repetitive, but like it messes with me, you know, because I feel like I'm wasting this time doing this when I could be with my wife. Like my wife and my daughter in the room right now. Like I could hear my daughter crying, you know, like she's about to be one, you know, and I'm over here doing this, but I feel like I have to do this for my well-being, even though this video might not get any views, and I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? And if a beginner stumbles upon this video and like, man, everything that he's saying, I feel it, you know. So we all have all these aspirations, right? I want, like, the whole point of me starting this channel was to be able to take care of my family. I dream of retiring my mom and buying her dream home, you know what I mean, and taking care of my wife, paying off, you know, like her car, and like if she wanted to stay at home with our daughter and raise her, she had the option to do that, or she probably won't. I know her, you know, but or she wanted to help me with the channel and stuff like that. You know, we all have aspirations to do stuff like that, you know. It's just what really kind of, my wife is my biggest critic, and I love her for that, because she never like shoot the shit with me. she don't candy coat it, because she watches my reviews and she'll tell me, well, I kind of, like, I didn't like this, I didn't like that, I think you should do this, and I take her input because it's very important to me, but there was something that stuck with my last review. It was a Jordan 1, and I spent 4 days working on that review. It's the longest I ever spent on a review, and it messed with me mentally, because I went out and like before the shoe came out, I actually tried to I actually got like some new little equipment. Like I got this little tripod decked out and stuff on Amazon. You know what I mean? I bought, like, all the pieces were separate, because I wanted to do some close up shots. Try to do something different, because I'm trying to evolve. Because I usually shot my B-roll. If y'all if y'all are familiar with my channel, I would shoot my B-roll outside on a little table that my mom uses for a plant stand. But I got bored of it. So, like, man, I want to do some indoor shots because I can control the lighting. And so all these ideas I had in my head, they weren't coming out right, And so I was just like visibly frustrated, just struggling, and I just sat here at the table for hours and hours and hours while my family's sitting at the couch, and they're waiting for me to go with them, and like, it just, my mind was so focused on this, that I was losing out on that. And like, it really just sank in today for some reason, like, man. But the one thing is, you should never give up, no matter what your goal is, what you're trying to accomplish. Don't give up. And it's not called failure if you tried, because if it's not called failure if you tried. It's more of a delayed success. When you think about it, you're just delaying your success, but you got to keep on trying if you want to be successful. And so when that review came out, I was finally done with it. I was like, wipe my hands clean, get these shoes out my face. They were my brother-in-law's shoes. It was his personal pair that I did a review on. And so my wife went back and watched it, and she was like, like, again, she's my biggest critic. And my wife's like, you weren't yourself. That's like the only thing that I didn't like, because I'm like, hey, this is Chris with kicks from Chris and all this other stuff, and like, I'm like, kind of like I'm cussing, and stuff like that. And then she was just like, I know, like, you are the way you are, but you're not like that around me. And so that's another reason why I wanted to make this, because I want to be authentic. This isn't the way I normally talk, you know what I mean? But I'm not an introvert or anything like that. It's hard when you're just talking to something that doesn't talk back, But I'm just trying to. I don't want to be boring, because to me this voice right here is boring. But there's people that are YouTubers who they have calming voices and like everybody loves it. It's just, I don't want to be boring. You know what I mean? I want to make the review fun, but at the same time I want to be authentic. You know what I mean? So it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard, just like trying to balance everything and trying to be perfect. But the whole point is, you don't have to be perfect. Just, there's people out there, other YouTubers that are successful because they figured out the formula because they were trying. But I guarantee you, every single one of them in the beginning, they all sucked at first. You know what I mean? Like, they evolved. And if you pay attention to the first video to the last video, like, their whole setup changed throughout the years. Everything changed little by little, whether they upped their headphones or they got them a camera, or they got like a whole setup. They did something different. But that's the whole thing, man. You gotta want to evolve. You know what I mean? And so I just wanted to share that with y'all, and to let y'all know that if y'all are a beginner or a newbie, it's okay to suck, man. You're going to suck. You're not gonna be perfect, and so like how I did the complete opposite, because they kind of said to start slow, start with what you got, with all you got. And so I did for a little while, but I'm like, I get impatient. I'm like, man, I want that badass camera, I want that badass mic, I want these lights and all this other stuff, but it's hard, because once you press record, you freeze, or you get stuck. And I got, It's overwhelming sometimes. We get invested in something and it's not coming out the way you want it to come out, but that's okay. Like right now, I'm pretty sure I kind of sound I probably sound repetitive. You know, I'm just gonna upload it the way it is because I wanted to give you all this raw emotion on how I feel. You know, like to anybody who's a beginner or a newbie to this, to trying to become a YouTube creator, man, it's okay. Just don't quit. The whole point is don't quit and don't give up, because we all have that question, man, that what if? What if I didn't quit? What if I would have just kept on going? What if I would have just hit record that one day? You know, who knows, you know? But I just wanted to give y'all my perspective, man. And if y'all stayed throughout the whole video, I appreciate y'all. Um, I don't know when's the next time I'm gonna do something like this. I just felt like this is something that I had to do, you know? So again, this is Chris with Kicks from Chris, and I am out, man. Peace.